Let's look at the data, the real data. In 1972, the MIT team running the World3 simulation didn't just predict doom. They mapped the mechanics of a system hitting its limit. They ran a scenario called the standard run. It assumed we would keep prioritizing industrial output above all else. The model was relentless. It showed that as we drained easy-to-access resources, we would have to divert more capital just to extract what was left. That capital diversion would starve other sectors: farming, education, healthcare. The model predicted a peak in industrial output right around 2025, followed by an uncontrollable decline in the 2030s. This is called overshoot. If current trends continue without major systemic change, global economic decline could begin within this decade and possibly result in societal collapse around 2040. It's not a political opinion. It is the delayed feedback loop of a finite system. We are now standing on that peak. The easy growth is gone. The question is no longer, how do we grow? It is, how do we land? Now look at the geopolitical chessboard in 2026. The world isn't just slowing down. It is splitting into two distinct survival strategies. We are witnessing a war between those trying to patch the old system and those trying to restructure a new one. On one side, you have the architects of the old order, central banks, multinational coalitions, the Davos crowd. They see the cracks in the dam, but their goal is to keep the dam standing at all costs to maintain their leverage. Their solution? Superficial patches. They aren't fixing the root cause of overshoot. They are adding layers of control to manage the decline. Think about it. Central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, to micromanage consumption. Carbon credits and ESG scores to financialize nature. Endless liquidity injections to paper over the debt holes. It is an attempt to freeze the 20th century power structure in amber. They want a soft landing where the hierarchy stays exactly the same, even if the standard of living drops. Then you have the second group. These are the nations and industries opting for a structural reset. This is what regionalization actually represents. It is an explicit rejection of the globalist patch. These players, from the American industrial heartland to the BRICS nations, are realizing the old central system is too fragile to save. So, they are restructuring the hardware. They are tearing up just-in-time efficiency for just-in-case security. They are bypassing the dollar for bilateral trade, oil for goods, wheat for tech. They are bringing critical manufacturing home, not to boost GDP, but to ensure they still have shoes and antibiotics when the global lines snap. This isn't isolationism. It is a redesign of the operating system. They are betting that a smaller, sturdier local network is better than a failing global one. Here is the danger zone. The patchers need everyone inside the system for their controls to work. The restructurers need to break out to survive. That friction is the geopolitical tension of 2026. Every tariff, every sanction, every naval maneuver is just a symptom of this split. But remember the constraint I mentioned earlier: physics. The restructurers have the right idea. Resilience is better than efficiency, but they face a brutal reality. Reindustrializing the West requires energy density we haven't built yet. You cannot run a 21st century foundry on 19th century energy surpluses. So, as we pivot to this new regional model, expect shortages. Expect the grind. The MIT model warned us that business as usual was a suicide pact. The globalists are trying to edit the terms of that pact. The regionalists are trying to tear up the contract and write a new one. We are living through the transition from a single global ocean to a series of fortified lakes. The turbulence you feel? That's the water separating. Don't wait for the old normal to come back. It's gone. Focus on your local resilience. Focus on what you can touch, what you can build, and who you can trust. That is the only strategy that survives the overshoot. I want to know where you stand. Do you trust the patches to hold it together, or are you betting on the restructure? Drop your thoughts below. I'm listening.